Last week, my goal was to work 50 hours doing Uber Eats, Instacart, and Lyft to see how much I could make. And along with that, you guys were going to be competing against me for a $200 grand prize. And the way that this worked was whoever made the most amount of money in my community, the More Driven community, would win that $200 bonus. But if I ended up making the most, then no one would win. And this is how things started out. So before I started my 50-hour work week, I knew that I needed to get an oil change because it was like a couple hundred, maybe 200 miles off from when I needed to get an oil change anyway. And I was like, well, if I'm going to be going 50 hours this week, I don't want to have to stop in between and get an oil change in the middle of the week. So let me just do that before I even get started. So Monday morning, I get up and I am heading over to get my oil changed. And as I am going there, I get in a minor car accident, which totally my fault. This is what happened. I'm like 5 minutes away from my house and I'm driving on this road. It's a 3-lane road and I'm in the rightmost lane. And basically it was early. I hadn't slept the best and I wasn't paying attention. And all of a sudden the cars in front of me are just stopped, which totally threw me off because the 2 other lanes to the left of me, their cars were just flowing. But for some reason in the rightmost lane, all the cars were stopped. And so at the last split second, I look up and the cars are stopped. So I veer off the road, turn to the right, and totally go off-roading for a second. I hit into one of those green electrical boxes and just kind of damaged the front right end of my car. And because I off-roaded, when I hit the curb to veer off the road, I was probably going like 30 miles an hour. And so it didn't pop my tire, but it like created a bubble within the tire and like a bulge. And so I'm like, crap, of course, this happens right before I start a challenge. So I go and take it in to still get the oil changed. And I'm like, hey, this happened, blah, 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 explain the whole thing. And so my car ended up being in the shop that whole first day. And I wasn't able to pick it up till really late that evening. And then as I am driving home from getting the damage fixed, my AC goes out. And this week in Utah, it was like 105 every single day. And I was like, there is no way that I can do this with no AC. So the next day, I take my car in again because obviously I need the AC fixed. And it takes another full day to get things fixed. So I didn't even get started with my work week until Thursday evening, which is when I did my first live stream for you guys. And so yeah, that's how my 50-hour work week started. Definitely was hoping to put in more hours that first and second day, but things just happened to where I wasn't able to. So I'm going to get into these numbers now. And then I'll be going over who the winner of the challenge was. And yeah, it was honestly pretty sad because I was only able to get in 35 hours. I wasn't even able to hit the 50-hour mark just because things got rough after only being able to work 4 hours in the first 2 days. So here's what my numbers were. From Uber Eats, I made $266.13. From Instacart, I made $99.24 plus a $10 cash tip. So $109.24 from Instacart. And then from Lyft, I made $221.38, bringing my total for the week to $596.75 in 35 hours, which is pretty rough. I mean, it was honestly not the best week for me. I'm not going to lie. Just kind of slow, really not anything to write home about. I mean, Uber Eats definitely pulled its weight the most, which is kind of surprising. I thought Lyft would, and Instacart I might have been able to make more money from, but it was just like one thing after another this week. So at the end of the week on Friday and Saturday, I couldn't even do Instacart because for some reason my phone is just like messed up right now. I don't even know what's going on with it, but for some reason, if I try to use the in-app camera for any app, it just doesn't work. Like it tells me I need to go into settings and turn on the camera. And when I go into settings, there's just no way, there's just not even anything no camera, anything to turn on. So I don't know what the heck is going on. I got to go in and get a new phone anyway, because this one's like 2 years old and it's starting to really fail me. But so I wasn't even able to do Instacart because you have to have the camera to scan the barcodes. So I wasn't able to do Instacart the last 2 days either. So overall, just a really rough week for me. But anyway, that means that I was only making $17.05 per hour, which is way low, especially for multi-apping. And in total for the week, I drove 608 miles, so just barely above a $1 per mile ratio. And in total, I spent $68 on gas, and I owe about $28 in taxes from the money I made. And then I save about 5% of my total. So that's $30 in maintenance savings, which means my total profit for the week in 35 hours was $470.75, or an average of $13.45 per hour. So like I said, really rough week for me. I mean, it was just one thing after another. The car accident, the AC going out, and then the camera on my phone not working. But you guys definitely did better. And the winner of this challenge for the $200 was James Corona. He made $1,159.62 in 46 hours from DoorDash. And so if you're in the More Driven community and you made more than this, then let me know, because this is just the winner as of right now. I'm still leaving it open until the end of today to send me your screenshots for last week. But so far, James Corona is who is in the lead in the community. So make sure you send in your screenshots if you made more than that, because then you'll end up being the winner and getting the $200. So there you guys have it. And if you're wondering where this challenge even came from and you had no idea about it, it was something that I was doing within my community, the More Driven community. And so if you want to be a part of fun challenges like this and fun prizes like this, then you can click the link down below in the description and join the community. We have about 90 members in there right now, all just talking about different strategies we're using, helping each other stay motivated to make money. And there's fun challenges like this that I'm going to be doing way more. And also, I'll be pulling people from this community to be in some of my videos. So if any of that interests you, definitely check it out. It's only $5 a month, and you should be getting way more value than just the $5 that you're spending. So it's down below in the description if that interests you. But yeah, overall, just a rough week for me, honestly. I think this week I am going to do some more DoorDash stuff. Yeah, I got to go get a new phone too. Unfortunately. I mean, do you guys ever have those weeks where it's just like one thing after another and you just can't seem to catch a break? Because that was me last week. I'm honestly sad I wasn't even able to hit the 50 hours. So it is what it is, though. You know, that's just what happens with gig work sometimes. So if you guys wouldn't mind just doing me a favor and hitting that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support. Join the More Driven community, and I will see you guys in the next video.